Uh, so I saw some bird brain in the chat, so I decided to put his name. I don't know if somebody else kicked off a live right now or whatever, but Shadow Band, and I'm telling you, if I have to teach you about information that we talk about, that is an automatic forfeit and a flawless victory. Like if I, for instance, I had a conversation with Bap on Sister Bethy channel, and Bap showed some like 1956, 1958, or probably 1970s looking stuff with the name Morocco on it, pertaining to some old time. And I asked him, well, what does Morocco mean? What is the original name for Morocco? And he didn't know. If it becomes a point where I have to teach you, that's an automatic flawless victory for me. The original name of Morocco is Amur Ain Akush. Not Allah being God, but Akush being what you call God. Not more being a person, but Amur being land. Morana. It's like you have adoration for the land. You adore the land. Mother Earth, Amur. They pseudoed up so much stuff out of these words. And that's what people with this hat and this hat did. So if you in there, I don't see your comment. Like people, if you talk about the Almoravid Empire, I know you don't know what you're talking about. You talk about any of the stuff in the Rifian, the Maswahili, any of the Yimbo, any of the Ileife, of the Nig Atlasi. You're not saying those names. I know you don't know what you're talking about any information pertaining to that. If you don't know about the Khedive decree, bringing the Arabic script, using people like this man, who you see on this right here, to take art and make letters out of it. All right. I'm heavy into encryption. I busted out the Pigpen cipher 7-8 years ago. I've been doing this, y'all. I've been doing this. But it's going to fall under a teaching matter. And if it falls under a teaching matter, like if you show me Morocco, but you don't know what Morocco means, and then I look at Morocco, it's saying, oh, well, it's tied to Marrakesh. Oh, no, it's tied to Amur Ain Akush. No, it's actually Maghreb Aqsa. And one means land of God. The other means far west. See, there's two things I do. I talk to the people from the area who speak the language, or I go travel to a location and see it for myself. That's just what I do. It's what separates me from these mouse, click, keyboard, screen researchers. Field research beats that every time. I am a field researcher. I have been in the field researching for over 20 years. That means going to locations, examining, studying, getting the data, gathering the data, comparing, contrasting to the information. This is something I did. So I have levels. I mean, I've gone through decades of this. I can tell you about it because I went to the location. I didn't go to a site on a computer. I went to a site that archaeologists went to. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Where you at, man? I got your name and your title. Where you at? What the hell? If I have to teach you, again, I repeat, if I have to teach you, if this turns into a teaching matter, that means it is a flawless victory. If I have to teach you that there was no such thing called Morocco, there's no such thing called Morocco until 1956, and you're going to tell me that there was a place in America called Morocco before 1956, I would say, yes, I agree with you. You say, but it was from 1800s, I disagree with you. Morocco Cemetery in Missouri is a 20th century creation. Okay? The Morocco Temple in Florida, that's 1911 AD. I said 10,000 AD. I meant to say 10,000 BC earlier, that people be talking about they know some story from 10,000 BC because somebody wrote it in the 20th century. Insane. Too much pseudo for one man to bear. Titty. I got you good. Too much pseudo for one man to bear. It's just way too much pseudo for one man to bear. Now, I don't give a damn where this hat was first invented at. I just know that the people who wore this hat worked with the AIU. I know. I have the evidence. I have the work. I have the information. You got $10,000 to put up. You got the thousands. You got 1,000 minimum to put up. I'm not teaching people and giving away information for free. I'm not doing that no more. You're not getting that anymore. I have the information. I've showed sprinkles of it. I've showed a whole lot of it already. But people want to dismiss the real teacher, the scholar killer, because y'all try to be scholars. And I killed all y'all information years ago. Years ago. When I debunked science, I obliterated all y'all. I obliterated the hell out of the golden age of Islam. Golden age Islam was created by an Irish Freemason in the late 19th century. Your whole story's fake, man. But anyway, I ain't gonna be on too long. I just, your name's in the chat. Your name, the link's in the chat. Name's in the title. I saw Shudo Band said, debate me. He didn't even say what to debate me about. So here go the two people that showed the AIU, who worked with the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, who are part of the minstrel show, who are part of the burlesque degree. It's really the Arabic order of the nobles of the mystic shrine. There ain't nothing ancient about Arabic. Even that so-called Ibn Arabi character is a fictional story. It's a fake story. There's no Ibn Arabi. There's no Ibn Washia. There's no Al-Khadum. There's no Golden Age of Islam. There's no Years of the Moors from 700 to 15th century. All these stories are pseudo as hell. There's no Alberto Vespucci. Alberto and Adele are the same thing. And guess what Alberto and Adele means? Noble. Why? Because the ancient Arabic, nope, not ancient, Arabic order of the nobles, order of the mystic shrine. Whatever the hell they put order up in there. Don't really matter. Don't really care. I just know that's when people who look like this and look like this, wear those outfits, bean pie bow tie looking thing. I don't know what kind of is that a bow tie Claudius Labib got? Claudius Labib, Ariana Fendi, Gergis Mofta, Mu Alim Takla. These people created the Arabic alphabet. They created the Coptic alphabet. They created the Greek alphabet. We were using what is called the Latin characters. Yeah, that is true. We did use that. I could show and prove on a small nation of people that we use that. But this Hebrew script, the way the Hebrew stuff looks like, and I'll take on any Hebrew, ISUPK or any of them, they already don't want it with me. They don't. They don't want it with me because they know they have respect for somebody who has dug their feet into this research decades ahead of them and really serious about this. There's two types of Hebrews. They're the type of Hebrews that attach themselves to some West African, South African tribes or whatever, and will attach themselves to these pseudo Cherokee stories over here and these pseudo Hebrew writings all over the place and all that stuff. I know a lot of good brothers and sisters up there are gonna be like, oh man, you attacking my Hebrew stuff too. Hell yeah. I don't, man, you know what? I don't trust, I don't believe, and I don't care. It's just too much pseudo for one man to bear. I don't believe. Let it sink. I don't care. Is that one dry too? You gotta use water. All right. So again, here go the culprits. What did the pseudos bring? What did the pseudos bring? They brought these fairy tale stories to America. They took art, took little strokes from the art, made some presses in the 19th century, wrote some stories to make it look older. That's one of the aims of the AIU, to change historical conditions. After the mud floods and stuff, they're like, we got to put on some entertainment, like that last, what's that last one? Love and Thunder with Thor. If y'all watch the Marvel comics, soon as the whole little thing happens, Matt Damon and the other dude and old girl who played an identity theft. Who's that? The one who played an identity theft, babe? The big chick, identity theft. I can't remember her name. You remember the movie? Are you or are you not a knock? I know. I can't remember her name. Okay. Yeah, like that, and that damn Love and Thunder. As soon as some little situation happened, oh, we can create a story. This will help because somebody came and kidnapped all the children. This will help ease the pain. Like, we're gonna fabricate a story with a little bit of what we just saw happen. They go to Arabic, Mr. Gilman and Ramon, fabricating the golden age of Islam. We got the AIU fabricating the Hindu Book of the Dead. Goldsmith's son, Levi. Then we got Simeon Levi, his brother, fabricating the ancient Egyptian alphabet. They did all this stuff in the end of the 19th century. Honorable admiration to Uncle Baba Wally. Uncle Wally done killed all y'all pseudo agents. He done killed all this shit off. He said when it comes to all the sellouts, all the people who sold out across the whole globe, they had this hat on. And he told you what set, which name, what year. And then I told Bobby Walter Williams, like, man, I don't believe any of that stuff. I don't believe that 1071 AD when the Moors were teaching the pale-faced people how to bathe and teaching the women how to shave and take care of themselves on the period and stuff. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it was the historical Moors who groomed these people, these pale faces, and started having sex with them since 1071 AD. Like, I don't even believe all that stuff. Got to give it to Bobby Walter Williams, man. He killed all that Moorish information, but he wouldn't go further. He wouldn't go further. You know why? Because he traveled to those places over there, and he got to see those fabricated books, and he goes along with it. Hagos Alamiyahu killed y'all. Killed y'all. Published four books? I think he was on his fourth book. Killed y'all. He said a lot of stuff I don't agree with. No harm, no foul. But killed y'all. Explained in details the Moors lie. It was called the Ethiopian Ocean. It had nothing to do with Moors. The people who ran the boats and all that stuff came out of Ethiopia. I don't believe that story either. I don't believe none of the Ethiopian stuff either. Honestly challenged them.
You know what right? Melissa McCarthy. You know
Melissa McCarthy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. I'm just waiting. Y'all keep jumping out these windows, y'all. Just wait. And there's a lot I'm not saying because I'm just waiting for a linguist to pop up. No, Arabic really comes from woody woody whoop. I'm just waiting. I'll put it back in the chat. If Algonquin is connected to Arabic, Algonquin is a 20th century created language. Ogweoweaka, the Seneca language, was created in the 20th century. Gawenowaga is the elder tongue, the elder language, the older words, the words that will say literally means. It might say something like President of the United States, Congressman, but it's going to say literally place where the old men are. And y'all don't even know how to comprehend that in linguistics. They weren't called the Congress. It was the place where the old men are. Y'all don't understand that. It's Gawenowaga, not Ogweoweaka. Ogweoweaka has words that were loaned to the Algonquin language. But when you dig into the Algonquin language, you can't find any connection to Arabic. That's called pseudo-scientific language comparison right there. And it's one thing to do pseudo-scientific language comparison to a dead language, like trying to compare the Tamagur. You know what I'm saying? You're going to run into a whole lot of pseudo, like the Coptic. They try to tie it into the Tamagur. Y'all probably never even heard of that. I'm not even going to go into the list of all the other names. I'm saving all this stuff. I got all this stuff flipping through the pages right now. I got it all ready. Ready, you will fall on your sword. You are not ready for this. I was born for this. I was groomed for this. I was groomed for this. I was born for this. We throw a little jingle in the background. Take a little break. Hey, man, I got your name. Where is he at? I got your name in the damn thing, man. Get up here. Where's Shadow Band at? Where's Shadow Band? You said it's Algonquin. So what came first, Algonquin or Anishinaabe, El God? Lord God. Sadoili Gueta. What's good, Trufu?
Oh man, you ain't have to bust my head like that, bro. Damn. So you telling me all that? Because, you know, and I thought about that shit as you saying it too. I just watched your other live stream that you did a few hours ago. And I was like, he is kind of right though, because you hear the terms Muskogee. You hear terms like Geechee. You don't hear none of those terms nowadays. You hear Cherokee, Comanche, Apache, you hear all those shits now. So I was like, damn, he really did just bust my head wide open with that stuff, man.
Yeah, even the name Geechee is a modern name. It's an older name. Muskogee, They changed when the AIU, like Algonquin and all that, really Anishinaabe, and then you go bust it out, it's gonna have an extra name and an extra name and an extra name. It's gonna have like 10 different names.
Mm.
You know, but the stuff that's authentic, it's gonna have one name, one definition. If something has a neology, that means many things connected to it. Then I mean, come on, you like the word more. Goddamn, is it coral reef? Is it a person at a marshland? Is it a person at a swamp? It's like, damn, it's all these different things. It's not one thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, if I am a person that has a profession, and let's say my profession is surgeon, I go in to go do some surgery, but my title for surgery means I'm not gonna save this man with a bullet wound. It means I help women have children.
Mm.
I help sell pharmaceutical drugs over the counter. I don't do surgery. I sell pharmaceutical drugs. So what's happening is we have neology, and that's when they're taking a word and changing the definition of it. And then they take it to a council of approval. But you know, this is in a Rosette Thesaurus. If you go through a Rosette Thesaurus, it breaks down the details of neologism, neology. So these languages are fabrications. I also did a video like 4 or 5 months ago showing and proving that the person who created the Anishinaabe, the Algonquin alphabet, is a Slav. And you know what else he made a dictionary for? The Slav languages. He's a Slav. Damn it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say.
So what you're saying is all these names, it's just, they figured out this is a bullshit name. Put them in another loop, another rat race, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's so they can take control of it. Like when we hear the word reservation, right? We're thinking, oh, that's the $5 Indian thing. You know, they started making the Dawes rolls. So they don't understand. They don't talk to people who will actually have a supposable role on it connected to it. I have an ancestor that's connected to the Hester role. You know what they're going to show? Some pale-faced dude that say it's Mr. Hester. There's no way his last name is Hester, because Hester is not a name for a person to have. It's a title for women who bring, what's it called when women come together and they help a woman have a child?
Doulas. Or another one.
Sorry, man. It's kind of late, man. I was messing up on a couple of things earlier. But when we didn't have hospitals at that time where our women went to give birth. Instead, they went to Big Mama House, who wasn't overweight with all this nasty stuff in them. It was just Mama House. And the women had a whole thing they did, bringing, nurturing as the woman is giving birth. This is what Astarte. They changed Astarte to Esther, Easter, and one of the names is Hester. But people will read this story and be like, look, y'all were led by the agent, Mr. Hester, and that's who y'all roles are, when it has nothing to do with a rose. It's an actual attribute to what women did when bringing a child into the world, what women did when gathering roots, when women did when teaching the children, the little boy and little girl, how to live, medicine, food, how to eat, how to gather, how to work with the animals. But they changed the name. So if I see Hester, I know it's a story that was fabricated in the 20th century, not from the story that's connected to the reservation my grandmother was born on. But because those fabricated stories created by people who look like, do I got that one over here? I think I got it. I used it on the thumbnail earlier. But people like this right here, you know, this is how deep it is. They wrote those, all the hieroglyphs you see right there, they wrote that.
Damn.
So I love to go back and show people this. They fabricated hieroglyphs, bro. They fabricated stories on books. They fabricated stories in newspapers and articles, and then put a date and said that this really happened 100 years before it really happened, 20 years before it really happened. But actually, it did not really happen. It's a fabricated story they made up because they're writing plays. It's called burlesque degree. It's called minstrel shows. Anytime you see a person that's a part of the circus, they are a performer in the minstrel show. Noble Drew Ali was a damn palm reader, a crystal ball reader, who ran with the circus, who was a part of the burlesque degree.
Mm.
What did he push? The Aquarian gospel. Where did he get the Aquarian gospel from?
Mm. So Rod Hayes been capping about Noble Drew Ali is what I'm getting at. All these people that talking about Noble Drew Ali.
Oh, they cap.
Super pseudo. Okay.
Yeah, Aquarian gospel? Come on, bro. Seven Circle Quran is the Aquarian gospel.
Damn. So when they say believe nothing in history, they really do mean believe nothing because the shit fake.
The AIU aims an agenda, their preamble, their constitution is to change historical conditions. Baba Walter Williams, when I interviewed him, explained in detail, sent me the link, showed and proved that there was no such thing as a curriculum called history until the AIU created it. The story of Leo Africanus was created by the AIU. All the names with Africanus was created by the AIU. And then it gets deep when you really start pulling all this stuff out and you really start linking all the stories together and all the names. You'll say, what's going on here? But then nobody can show us the brothers who were involved in being the real sellouts. Noble Drew Ali was a sellout. He had the name Noble.
Yeah.
That means that he was a part of the ancient Arabic order of the nobles of the mystic shrine. That's called the burlesque degree. I did a whole thing on burlesque degree showing that. And then the story of Morocco being a cemetery created in the 20th century, the name created in the 20th century for the cemetery in Missouri. And then Florida, the Florida temple, it's called the Moroccan temple, was created in 1911. But guess what? I've been to Morocco, Indiana. The name Morocco, Indiana is a fabrication. So it's you know what I'm saying, it's from field research, and that's where I get frustrated from now. It's like, damn, man, y'all not even gonna go do some field research? Like, damn. If I say, where you from? And I'll start jamming you up and be like, damn, bro, I know more about the area you live from and where your family comes from than you.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I gather books like this. See books like this? I go to the location, I study the area.
How do you find this type of book? Because I want to get into the knowledge too. I want to find, you know, the actual factuals plus tax no interest too. But you know, every time you know, I'm like, all right, let me read the Library of Congress. Library of Congress don't even got no good sources itself, and I'm just like, well, where the fuck do I find the real history from then? Because everything is fucking bullshit. And you
gotta go
show
to the historical societies. You gotta go to the historical societies and the heritage societies, and that's all they can do is show you pictures. Like these books I got right here. Like I know for a fact that there were no Chinese people in California building railroads or doing a damn thing. They weren't here in the 19th century, being brought here in 1866 and the Japanese and stuff. Although 2-3 years ago, I was still going along with that. But doing field research, I discovered that that story is not true. By actually meeting a descendant of a Slav, of a family that lives in the San Gabriel Mountains, and getting to hear her story of her people coming over here and digging the gold, connecting to the railroad tracks. I got the black and white pictures now. I have the evidence from the stories and the stories that are fake that are connected to it. Like the Constitution was really created by Abraham Lincoln. The Republican Party was really created by our people in Texas.
Hold on. You saying the Constitution? Like,
yeah.
The Constitution, like the thing that started the
amendment,
American type
all
shit. made by
Yes,
Abraham
Abraham
Lincoln,
Lincoln.
who we know is a nigga now.
There you go.
Made,
The
God
sellouts.
damn.
His name wasn't Abraham and his name wasn't Lincoln. That whole story is that the name Abraham was created in the early 20th century. The name is
Abraham is
Ibrahim.
a goddamn Muslim ass fucking name too.
Ibrahim, that's Muslim.
Yep.
You'll find that in the Arabic name. But Ibrahim is really Amazi, Berber.
Damn, they weren't lying
Their
when they
names.
say he who knows something knows nothing at all. I'm sitting there thinking we know some shit. And this gets
That's how I
smacked.
started, man.
You flying
You have
low
to
and
start from
sticking
zero.
everybody in the back of their head with the truth.
That's what it is. I thought I knew everything. When I started 2006, I started thinking I knew everything. And I had to man up and accept being corrected, you know, and going from there and then having to tell people like, oh shit, that's incorrect. For a while, I didn't say anything. I'd be like, yup, that's what's up. Because I felt it's just too much to tell somebody like everything you just said is a lie that was made up by this pale face. There go a picture of the pale face. You know, I argue with people and they would tell me that Isaac Newton's story is true because there's an Arab who made all that stuff that Isaac Newton was talking about. I've debated so many Muslims from West Africa, Igbo Muslims and stuff, who speak Arabic fluently, who speak the Igbo language fluently. Like that's why I be laughing when people who are fabricating this stuff, they're not even on that level. Like when I hear people say the name Allah, if you say the name Allah, I know you don't know what you're talking about. It's Elahu. It's not Allah. It's Elahu. So I know people don't know. Like when they say God comes from the German language, and God is this. It comes from goat. I know they haven't done any research. It really comes from the word Gahawa. So when it's from years of going through these books, studying since 16. You know, I've been doing that since 16 years old. And then people who just started fresh out of prison, you know what I'm saying, come out calling me an agent because I prove them wrong.
Yeah. So now I'm back at square one. I thought I knew who I was, but you know, now it's like shit. So who are the Mississippians? And is Mississippi the actual name of the place, or is that another fabricated name as well? You know?
Oh yeah, that's a fabricated name. Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of different names for river, and you got different names for Mississippi. Just the name of just the name Mississippi.
So who were the actual Mississippians then? What was their name? Like, because now it's like, damn.
Well, I mean, you got the name Quapaw. I guess the people of the Quapaw. I forgot the other name, but they are the melanated people, the Aboriginal people, the copper-colored people of America. The thing is, they were not Hebrews, they were not Moors, they were not Muslims. They did not speak Arabic. Algonquin has nothing to do with Arabic. Anybody telling you Algonquin is Arabic, they're giving you a fabricated story. There's no evidence of that. But I can show you that this man's language right here, where he helped create the Coptic language. That he used I don't like to say Tamazight or Amazigh, but there's different groups. You know, but you got the Tamazight, you got the Tashiite, the Tarif, the Shilha, the Gohomara. I mean, there's so many more. The Zanaga, the Tefseret, the Tuareg. The real name of Tuareg is Mohar. That's one of the real names of Mohar. But, you know, because the people aren't going to they're not going to look into this. They're not going to look into the Gahadames, the Awijila, the Nafusi, the Zuwara, the Sokna, the Siwa, the Zorg, the Tamagut. They're not going to look into any of that stuff because it's going to bust their bubble. It's going to show you that Arabic is not an authentic language. It's not an ancient language. Hebrew is not an authentic language. It's not an ancient language. They took words from the same language. That's why the Arabic and the Hebrew share so many different words. How the hell they sharing the same damn words? But then they give you a Quran, a Torah, Tetragrammaton, a Talmud, and some other nonsense. And then the scripts too, man. Arabic, I've debunked Arabic so many times, man. I've debunked that Quran so many times that I have Muslims threatening to put I forgot what that shit's called. A fatwa. I had Muslims threatening to put a fatwa on me for exposing. A fatwa is when they put like some Sufi curse on you or some nonsense.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When Lex was still with the Aborigine community, I went on this channel and I did Pan-Africanus. I showed and proved that whole story to the Pan-Africans, the pseudo and the name Pan and all that. I showed in details. I even had what's the brother name? Haven Bullets. Haven Bullets made a video talking bad about me, like people are today. They have a misconception of the information and data that I'm sharing because they have no knowledge to gain that data. So they're making the great mistake that Haven Bullets did. Haven Bullets was like, man, Lex Vortex, if you ever bring someone on here like him with this Pan-African stuff, was woofing big time. Big time. What happened? Hey, Haven Bullets, I want all that smoke. I want all that smoke. Bring it. Yeah. What happened? He found out, he asked people about me. He said, what? You about to debate him? Don't do that. Don't do that. He's going to embarrass the fuck out of you. And what happened? He still came, and what did he say? Nah, I don't want to debate this. I said, nah, you here. Dog walk his ass. It's like people like Ali Muhammad bow down to me. They don't want nothing. All the Kemetic community, they don't want nothing.
Yeah.
They will get dog walked. They don't know how to debate.
Without the leash.
I do. Yeah, I don't even need the leash. They will get dog walked. Haven Bullets got dog walked. Like I embarrassed the hell out of Haven Bullets. I got love for Haven Bullets, but it was like, bro, don't jump out the window. So when I went in on the Quran, I had to beg Lex Vortex to challenge me. Don't let me get away with anything I say. I had to beg him because the Muslims were running. These Arab flunkies were running. They were running to the hills, man. They didn't want no smoke, begging him not to let me on anymore. Please don't let him on no more. He's exposing all of us. Exposed the hell out of the Quran.
You know, it ain't even the point that you're exposing them. It's because you bursting their bubble of reality. You're messing their ego up, you know. Because I ain't gonna let you mess my ego up too. But me personally, I trained myself to just shut up and listen because you don't know what somebody know. You know what I'm saying? Because you think you know shit, you don't know shit. So now that I'm hearing you saying all this stuff, it's like, okay, cool. Let me ask some questions then. Because we hear it all the time, feathers versus pheasants. You know what I'm saying? Because I came from listening to Rod Hayes, and I was like, Rod Hayes don't seem, he ain't sitting too well with me. He's saying some shit, but then he saying some different shit that contradict the shit he just said. You know what I'm saying? And then I got led to the Aboriginal community, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm guessing, you know, we all trying to figure this shit out together. And then here it is, Mr. Flying Lotus Kick, you know what I'm saying? He's kicking me in my kicking my nose bone and shit. I'm like, God damn. He actually spitting some facts.
Hey, trip on this. I was debunking Mesopotamia, Samaria, Akkadian in 2009, 2010, 2011. Strong. I did it every month. I did it every month for 3 years straight on Blog Talk Radio. I showed people that it was C.W. Rawlinson who fabricated the cuneiform alphabet, the so-called decipherment of it, and I showed and proved it was Zechariah Sitchin who fabricated all that stories of the Anunnakis and all these stories from Rawlinson to Sitchin, making up all these stories. And I know where they really got the stuff from. And a lot of that stuff is not even ancient.
They got it from
over here. There you go. And I know the locations where they got it from too, but people do armchair, screen, keyboard, and mouse research, and I'm going and showing, I'm taking pictures of it. I'm in the field taking pictures of shit, showing and proving that they got it from over here. I showed Utu, I showed Ninursag, I showed Inky, where they really got it from. I showed the handing, corn is fake too. Corn is not even a ancient goddamn real fruit. Potatoes are not real ancient either. Oh man, I'm telling you, bro. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Even potatoes, these hybrid ass potatoes. Yeah, man. The real corn looks like some damn barley.
I know. Okay, so that's not ancient corn that they keep talking about then.
No, it ain't. But see, people don't know. But guess what? On this channel, I show guns, germs, and steel. I showed that all this stuff is hybrids, that the fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains that we're eating today, majority of them are hybrids. So when people talk about the orange, I went on Topcast channel and I'm going at Brother Ish about, he said the orange comes from the Arabic word Naraj. I said, so you're telling me that Naraj is an orange, but Naraj is a fabricated mispronunciation of a word that's supposed to be the sun, and it really doesn't even mean the sun. And then he didn't know what to say. And I said, see, you didn't know I know Arabic. Like, you didn't know I know about Arabic. I know the Fustat. I know the Amiyats. I used to be a Muslim too. So I know these fabrications. I know them well. So when he did that, I showed and proved that actually orange is a hybrid.
So what the hell is a real orange then?
Oh, the pomelo. Yeah, pomelo. Yeah, the pomelo. The pomelo or pomelo. And some will say they mixed it with the tangerine to make the orange. You also have the osage. Now, the tangerine was some type of kumquat hybrid that goes back to a plant that they kept on hybridizing to make it the way it is. But people don't know this stuff, and they're vegans and they eat all this stuff, and they tell you like they're big and bad, like they're doing something better than people eating meat, and they don't even know they're eating hybrids and damn self. 18. If you eat 18 wild almonds, you get a trip to the hospital.
You said what?
You eat 18 wild almonds, you will get a trip to the hospital. Stuff is very toxic. Wild almonds, wild nuts, wild grains, wild strawberries. You try and eat too much of this stuff, you know, but they'll have you thinking that the corn is ancient. No, it's not. the oranges is some type of spectacular thing. No, it's not. That's why I show these books.
Bullshit. It's all bullshit,
man. All hybrid. Information is hybrid.
I can stop this vegetarian. I'm gonna eat me a fucking steak then. What the fuck?
Oh hell no, shit. I'm vegan and proud, but you know.
Okay.
I can't.
Because it's like, God, I stopped eating meat too, and I noticed I feel way different. Like I feel, I get more energy. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, shit. What do I eat then? You know what I'm saying? Because hitting me in the head with the facts again.
Yeah, I mean, there's guns, germs, and steel. There's our own sources. There's a saying that if your great grandparents didn't eat it 100 years ago, don't eat it. If they barely ate it 100 years ago, barely eat it. But I can show you what pale faces are saying about it, because a lot of the pale faces pass down their fabrications. So they know their fake stuff that they created to keep people following and chasing their tail, keep them slipping on a banana peeling. Shit, we eat these bananas and thinking we doing some real bananas have seeds.
No, them bananas fake as hell. Them things, they clones. They clones. Bananas are all clones. I know that much.
So there's a whole lot of fabricated information, and there's a whole lot of hybrid. It goes all the way across the board. Yeah. History is fake as hell, man. And I was heavy into history.
Yep.
I was heavy into history. Like I used to be able to recite all the empires, all the Islamic empires and stuff. I used to be able to recite all that stuff. Man, when I started finding out that there was no empirical data no primary, no secondary, then finding out the AIU fabricated this stuff, and then digging into the stuff, using polymath. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give another one. Polymath. If you don't take all your information in the way as a polymathematician, then it's like you'll get stuck in belief. You gotta add everything. You gotta move every decimal to the right location. It's like you gotta have the complete calculation of the equation correct. One number off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a mistake. It's an error. You know.
So this is the reason why the fabricated name Thoth, because I'm gonna assume that's fabricated too, said that the only book you need is yourself, the book of life.
That's dope.
Huh?
I mean, that's cool. That's philosophy. So like with philosophy, you can't say it's right. You can't say it's wrong.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, because obviously, you went into the books and then you found the truth within the stuff. So I guess some of us are just built different to handle this information and have soul purposes. But because Lotus, I ain't never heard of you until recently when you started coming on Chief Holiday stuff. And so now I'm listening to you. It's like, well, damn, no wonder you don't hear much of this guy. This man is awesome shit. This man on another level.
People hate my guts. There's a lot of people that hate me, bro.
No, they don't hate your guts. They hate the fact that your gut is filled with truth. That's what they hate. They hate. Everybody hates truth at the end of the fucking day. You know what I'm saying?
If I go on Sonetta's channel, bro, he gonna be like, oh shit, he's gonna start laughing. that's all he could do. He's like, yeah, Scholar Killer is here. I can't kill all this shit.
That's why you named the live that, didn't that? That's the reason why. God,
I've been giving people a hard time for a long time.
So
Ali Muhammad been running for me for years with that pseudo Abnaki nonsense. He been running for a good decade. Killed that shit a decade ago. I was dissing Native Americans a while ago, man. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
So how come you not? So I looked in the chat. You only got like 20 people in here. How come you don't get the exposure that AP and AbTV and all in A1? How come you don't get that exposure when you talking stuff like this? I'm really stuck on it.
Because the majority of their viewers believe the stuff that I disprove, that I show has no empirical data. So what happens is one of them will see that I'm on the live stream and they'll tell the other ones, nah, don't go over there, it's Lotus. But they don't know that I got people, because I've been around for so long. I got people within circles.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know. They'll say somebody spreads some shit, they don't know it gets back to me. But yeah, a lot of people, they can't stand me, they hate my guts. Like you said, it's not so much as that, it's they have I'll say this. They have a cognitive dissonance. They have a real cognitive dissonance. And it's a competitive thing. So they don't want to tell you, oh man, we got this brother Lotus. This brother was a massage therapist. He knows how to heal people. He knows about the human body. He can tell you details about the human body. He knows about the hybrid foods, what foods to really eat. He's a linguist. He's a linguist. He studied languages on different continents. He has multiple interviews. He was a part of Kim Il-sung Trial, the most popular debate in the conscious community. What happens is they'll see that, like, damn, he's on a higher level than you. Why am I gonna go to you? I'm gonna just go to Lotus. So nobody wants to ruin their position, because when they really start seeing that, damn, there's a brother that's been doing this, and he get respect from the elders. Like, he gets respect from dudes in their 70s, 80s, and 90s and shit. But the 20, 30s, and 40-year-olds are all following, A1, AP, AbTV, and whoever's popping. They're never gonna tell you me. They're not gonna tell you that Lotus was the one talking about Tatarian civilization for over a decade. They're not gonna tell you that Lotus brought out the Anatolia Flamenco stuff. The Lex Vortex and Lotus talked about Anatolia Flamenco. So in case people say, oh, it's completely pseudo what he's saying, there's nobody saying that stuff, go watch Anatolia Flamenco. He's gonna show you that his people were making all these fabricated stories up, and he knows because he's related to them, and he's one of the best mathematicians that still live, no matter
Yeah.
what, even though he's a paleface.
So
So
that whole spill that A1 given about the name of Moors and Amorica, Moricapana, that's a made up story too. That's what I'm getting at.
yeah, I mean, well, look, this right here. Here he is, right here.
Yeah,
There he is,
I'm
Noble
sorry
Drew
if I'm
Ali.
asking too many. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm asking too many
Nah,
questions, man. Because it's like you pop that bubble, and I'm really thankful for it. Because it's like, nigga, like, because all it is just a bunch of people strong arming and egoing. But then when you really hear the truth, it's like, hold on now, So I'm sorry if I'm going, asking all these questions and stuff. You really are
nah.
opening up my fucking eyes to this fabrication and this bullshit that's been going on, man.
Yeah, I mean, like the name America. If you go look it up, they're gonna say Alberto Vespucci. Then they're gonna say that that his name was Amerigo. His name is not Amerigo. His name is not Alberto. Alberto was not used as a name for people until the 19th century. It was Miguel de Unamuno and his German Jesuits who worked with the AIU. He changed Miguel to Michael. And
Oh, hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on, I think my shit glitched. Oh, let me refresh my page real quick. Hold on.
yeah, man, my phone cut out. I can't hear anything. My other phone died on me, and this phone sucks. See how good brother Truthful hopped off. Man, it's pretty late. Kind of been loud. My lady doing her thing. She off around, looking angry. Yeah. All right, smoky in here. All right, y'all. Peace, man. I'll throw on a little jingle for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Bob their head too. Let me see what the comments say. I know I sound a little scratchy. Damn, Shay. Yeah, see, personal. Like somebody with the name Noble of Alberto or Adal, because it has nothing to do with Spanish, Portuguese. That really comes from Agazi to Bidawiye to Magurt. But that's what separates me. I got love for Alcida Ducateers. I disagree with majority of his information. His information on the Dravidians and the Tamil, you know what I'm saying, is pretty decent. There's people to do an interview. Peace, Mr. Brooklyn. Been a while, man. Yeah, Anatolia Fomenko debunked a whole lot of history, showing and proving that they were saying stuff happened 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, but it really happened 1,000 years ago. So I started investigating his stuff, was finding holes in his information too. I put the whole 10 video series on this channel. the whole series is on this channel. About, I don't know, 3 years ago, about 3 years ago. Yeah, so I said the Duketeers cleared some information up. I mean, I said the Duketeers. If you clearing some information up about what you follow, you're gonna have bias. You're gonna have a bias no matter what. Your confirmation is gonna be biased. Your dissertation is gonna be biased. Your hypothesis is gonna be biased. It's gonna be all biased, no matter what. Yeah, so your name is Noble Atum. Is that Atum? Is that yeah, my thing probably breaking. Let me take these. Well, anyway, man, your name tells me you don't got it all there. You got Noble, which means that you're a part of the circus. So that means you a clown. You got Atum. That means you a part of the circus. You a clown. You following that meta nonsense. And you got Bay. Bay comes from the word beg. And if you look up where Moore comes from, it comes from the Othello story. It's the Atra Moor, the beggars at the swampland. You a beggar. But I got nothing against Isaiah Ducateres. He don't debate people, so like it's not like he gonna debate me. Ali Muhammad, he been running for a good decades. Information is the most pseudo ever. He's by far one of the most pseudo. Aline Bey, cool. Taharka Bey, I talk to Taharka Bey sometimes, but none of them want any smoke with me. They don't want no smoke with me on Coptic. They don't want no smoke with me on Arabic. They don't want no smoke with me on any literature, any theology. I'm that dude. Sorry, I mean, you didn't know. Now it ain't nothing to debate because all the shit's fake. Why you debate something fake? It was all made in the late 19th and early 20th century, including that Tamil Dravidian stuff and their scripts. Well, I mean, that's me. That's just me. It's just too much pseudo. Too much pseudo for one man to bear. And I've been holding back. I've been dumbing stuff down. And now that I say no more dumbing down, no more holding back, people feelings getting hurt. People feelings getting hurt. Scary or what? Can't nobody debate me on this stuff. What you gonna say? Morocco is real? What are you gonna debate? I put the name of the person that said something about debate, and it come up. I had the good brother Truth who have a pop up in there. You know, and be honest. As long as people are honest about it. Yeah, I don't know what's ancient. You know, my teacher who's in his 90s, Baba, Uncle Wally, man, he said if you can't tell me what you did at the age of 1 and 2, you can't recollect from your own memory what you did at 1 or 2. You can't tell me about anything in the past. You don't even know if that was your daddy dick that went in your mama to put you out. So you can't tell me about something 200 years ago or 2,000 years ago without going to somebody outside of your own bloodline, your own genealogy, your own heritage. You gotta show me something passed down from your heritage. I got stuff passed down from 3-4 generations. Had nothing to do with selling out. People don't know what the fuck they be talking about. You got the 5 pseudolized tribe information, fake as hell. All Native American shit is a joke. No Native Americans lived on the west coast of America. All that stuff's fake. People don't even know what really went on. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know shit, man. Don't know shit, man. You know how I know? Because I was just like y'all. I thought when I came into this, I knew everything. All that Moorish stuff, all the Hebrew stuff, I knew everything. After field research and paying for stuff, it's a done deal. I ain't scared of none of y'all. I ain't scared of none of y'all, man. Y'all information is fake. Algonquin was created by some Slavs. Algonquin story was created by some Slavs. Iroquois story was created by some Slavs. The Iroquois creation story was created in the 1930s. Earlier I said 1820 about something about them, but it's really 1920s. Find out for yourselves, man. Everything about you pseudo, man. Your name Noble is pseudo. You ain't noble. You ain't got no ability. You don't have waiters. You don't got Jeffrey waiting on you. So stop it. You ain't the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You call yourself Atum. What the fuck? Are you Atem? You a goat head Egyptian deity, bro? Then you beg. You a beggar. Stop begging. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy yourselves. Don't be pseudo like Noble Atum Beg and the other agents. By the way, here goes the regalia of the agents who were the sellouts who sold out the American people and fabricated scripts, who used words from their languages to create these Creole languages, these pidgin languages. I got the Pigpen cipher. Nobody wants that work. Everybody will just say pseudo argument remarks. So all you got is pseudo argument remarks for me. That is not proper way to debate. There go. This is the look of the person that is a circus midget, buffoon, part of the burlesque degree, part of the circus. Go look up minstrel show. Go look up burlesque degree, and you will see that he is a part of it. Go get the book of Small Nation of People from 1870 to 1900. We didn't wear a fez. We didn't wear feathers. We didn't wear this crystal ball reading, palm reading magician hat with a feather coming out of it, that feather duster on top of his crop, this circus midget right here with his circus midget Aquarian gospel nonsense, the most fakest fairy, fairest of all fairy tales ever, the seven circle Quran, the seven uh intellectual masturbating circle jerk Quran, full of nothing but Aquarian gospel nonsense and Canaanite. And by the way, anything with "ite" at the end, ITE, that is Berber. But all right, I land my F-18 or F-22. I land my Blue Angel, my F-14 with my Phoenix. All right, that's what you did. All right, y'all, take it easy. Just too much pseudo for one man to bear. Appreciate y'all. I wanted Pseudo Band to hop in here, but Pseudo Band didn't come. Instead, we got Pseudo, Atum, Totepin, Steppin, Kemetic, Beg. Beggar! We out.